All right, I've got a great episode in store for you today as we take on some tax sale skeptics. These are responses to comments or questions that I'm often asked in a very matter-of-fact type way from confused souls who think they understand the tax sale business but really have no idea. So today, I'm going to respond to many of these questions and comments as I continue my push to help as many people as possible see tax sale success. Now, before we get started, my name is Casey Denman. I've been investing in tax liens and tax deeds for well over 2 decades now, and I've been training others just like you for more than a dozen years through my videos, books, and comprehensive training platform that I operate at taxsaleacademy.com. All right, so I've got a series of questions and comments that we'll be addressing to help you and others better understand the tax sale business. Now, let it be known, if you were one of the folks that asked a question or left a comment that I'm responding to, there are no hard feelings. I chose these in particular because I feel that they'll help better educate a lot of new investors when it comes to common misconceptions or just misunderstandings. The first comment or variation of a comment that I hear is in reference to the titles for tax defaulted real estate. Here are a few. How about you can't sell a tax sale title? It's not worth anything with that title. You're wasting your time since you can't get title insurance. Okay, obviously those folks are awfully confused. Here's the quick rundown of what they are even referring to. When you buy a piece of real estate through conventional manners, like through a realtor, for example, we get something called title insurance at closing. This ensures that there are no breaks in the chain of title and that there are no claims or liens against that property or any other issues that we are not going to expect when we buy that property. Now, when a property goes through tax foreclosure, the process is a little bit cloudy. There's obviously a break in the title because of that tax foreclosure. Laws might not have been followed to a T when they did that tax foreclosure. There could be other issues. All of this to say that when a title company sees that property has gone through a tax foreclosure, they say, it's too much risk for us. We're not going to write a title insurance policy against that property. Now, according to some of our skeptics, that would mean that every single property that goes through a tax foreclosure could never again be resold, which doesn't make much sense. You can actually resell it as is without doing anything else. In fact, I sell properties all the time with clouded titles that have gone through tax foreclosure. Yes, you're going to get less money than if it had title insurance, but it commonly makes sense to take this approach, especially for cheap properties. Now, other options will include something like a suit to quiet title, which clears the title and allows you to get title insurance, or a tax foreclosure certification, or a deed from the former owner and any lien holder on that property, or just waiting for a set period of time to pass. All of these are solutions that will allow you to acquire title insurance for a tax defaulted piece of real estate. So in short, tax sale titles aren't that big of a deal once you know what you are doing. All right, let's move on to the next one. That's not right. They get 3 years to pay. No, you don't get that property. You're wrong. That's wrong. All these comments are referring to investors listening to clips of various podcast or YouTube videos and making comments. It's extremely presumptuous to assume that just because you think you know how the tax foreclosure system works in one state, that you also know how the tax foreclosure works in every single state. Listen, each one of our states has different laws. Some use tax deeds, others use tax liens, some have redeemable deeds, and some are hybrid states. And even if you have 2 states with the same system, say 2 tax lien states, one tax lien system can be very different from the other tax lien system. Everywhere is different. But with just a few minutes, you can quickly learn about another state and how they operate. If you put just forth a little bit of effort, which, by the way, learning about different states is a huge key in learning where to invest next in order to grow your business and ultimately your income. Next one. You won't make any money if insert politician's name here becomes president. I literally got this comment just about verbatim from two different people within a week of each other. One said, you won't make any money if the Democratic nominee wins the presidency. The other said, you won't make any money if the Republican nominee wins the presidency. Listen, I get that we are in a contentious election season. Everybody has their views, but the President of the United States does not dictate how much money I make, nor should they dictate how much money you make. If you are relying on the President to ensure that you make money so you can pay your bills, so you can provide for your family, and so you can reach your financial goals, you've got it all twisted. The only person you should ever be relying on is yourself. Now, I've been in this business for more than 22 years. That's 4 presidents, 2 Republicans, 2 Democrats. That's multiple wars and countless changes in technology and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I've got friends that have been in this business twice as long as I have and are still very, very successful. This might shock you, but none of that stuff even matters. You can make money when the market's up. You can make money when the market's down. You can make money when we have a Republican president. You can make money when we have a Democratic president. It is up to you to make the pivot necessary so that your business continues to thrive despite any changes. Stop trying to play the blame game and take responsibility for yourself, for your family, and for your income. Don't blame anybody else, including the president or any other elected officials. All right, moving on. I went to a sale and there weren't any good properties. I hear this one all the time. First off, let's define, in quote, good. Does good mean something that you want to move your family into, or does good mean something that you can make money off of? Because as an investor, good should mean profitable. Secondly, you're here to tell me that you went to one auction, you spent maybe 2 hours out of your life searching for properties, and you think you have the experience to make a statement that no good properties exist at tax sales. That's insanity. Because I've been to hundreds and hundreds of auctions, and I've seen billions of dollars worth of real estate sold through the tax foreclosure system, and I can assure you that there are plenty of good properties at these auctions. So instead of trying to get rich quick by going to one auction and trying to hit it out of the park, how about putting forth the effort to go to auction after auction after auction, or maybe even explore other ideas to acquire tax defaulted real estate until you do find the deals that you are looking for. And don't forget to learn what you're doing while you're at it, so you're not wasting loads and loads of time spinning your tires because you don't know what you're doing. Next one, and this is one that I really love. If it's so easy, why doesn't everybody just make millions of dollars doing it? First off, there are plenty of people making millions and millions of dollars in the delinquent tax business. But this statement implies that you would only get involved if you can make millions and millions of dollars. Listen, I've got people in the Tax Sale Academy that have done one deal and they paid up all of their debt, and that was their only intention in learning this business. Others do one deal a month. Others do one deal a week. Many have gone into this business as a side hustle. Other people have quit their jobs and do it full time now with lots of flexibility and a very, very solid income. Everybody has different objectives based on their time, their capital, their goals, and many other factors. Secondly, I never said it was easy. There are ways to make it easier. There are shortcuts you can take, but it requires effort. It requires work. If you are not willing to put in the work and you expect to get rich quick, this is not going to be the business for you. If you want to watch one YouTube video and think you are an expert, then don't get into this business. You're going to be sadly disappointed. But if you are willing to put in the time to learning what you are doing, the time to research properties, the time to go to multiple tax sales, the time to really invest in yourself, yeah, this can be an incredibly lucrative business to get into. Next one. I just bought a tax lien. What do I do now? Or I just got my first property at a tax deed sale. What do I do? Or how about this? How do I make money off this property? That was one I got a couple of weeks ago. These types of comments are very common. Now, obviously, I want to be able to help you as much as possible. But the answer here is that you need to develop a plan prior to buying anything. You need to come up with a strategy before you invest your hard-earned money. Those types of questions are essentially saying, I took my money and I put it into this thing. That might be an asset, might be a liability, but regardless, it is now my responsibility, and I have no idea how I'm going to use it to make money. That's kind of reckless in my opinion. Instead of buying whatever random thing you're thinking about buying, invest in some sort of formal training like we offer through the Tax Sell Academy. Take the time to develop your strategy so that when you do buy something, you're buying exactly what your plan calls for. Then you simply go to the next step of your plan, which is to profit off of it, and you're not trying to guess what you are doing. Quit going out there trying to guess your way through this process, trying to wing it in this business. It doesn't work. It is a heck of a way to lose a lot of money very, very quickly. All right, last one for today. Tax sales shouldn't exist. Taxes are against the Constitution. Taxes are not freedom. This is not freedom. And the list goes on and on and on and on. I get it, guys. Taxes are not fun. Nobody likes paying taxes. But the fact of the matter is that there are services that we rely on every single day, whether we realize it or not, that tax is paid for. Roads. You probably drove on a road today at some point. Sidewalks, schools, police, fire, EMS, parks, bridges, water management, all that kind of stuff, and much more are paid for with your taxes. Without tax money, those things don't get paid for. In other words, without taxes, we don't have any sort of government whatsoever. And say all you want, but government in some form is going to be necessary. Now, is there wasteful spending? Yes, absolutely. Is your tax money not going to go where you want it to go at times? Absolutely. If you are that concerned, maybe consider running for office. But when it comes to the tax sale business, this business is absolutely necessary. This business allows the budgets to be met. That way they can use those budgets to pay for the services that we need and we expect that, again, are provided because of that tax money by the government. As tax sale investors, we help those budgetary gaps that are caused by non-payment of property taxes. Our investments into various counties allow those types of services to continue. Without property tax revenues, cities will go into decline. It is as simple as that. So again, tax investors, we step in and we meet those budget gaps so those services can continue. Like it or not, whether you're on the tax sale investment side or not, it is a necessary evil for this country, and we are providing a service to these local cities, to these local counties, so they can meet their budgets. So there you have it. There's a few responses to some of the tax sale skeptics that are out there. Hopefully this episode has helped enlighten you a little bit about this business, which ultimately will help you on your quest for tax sale success. If you found this episode helpful, please do me a huge favor. Leave us a positive review on whatever podcasting or video platform you're listening to us on, or click that thumbs up button if you're watching right now on YouTube. And don't forget to check out all the links in today's show notes, including the one to our comprehensive training platform at taxsellacademy.com, where we dive into all things tax sale investing. Hey, thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time right here on the Tax Sell Podcast. Make it a successful day. Bye-bye.